Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, and this is part 5 of chapter Yoga. Today we are going to discuss Yoga Nidra, which is a relaxation technique for improving concentration. Now, what is Yoga Nidra? Basically, it is a technique of Pratyahar. What is Pratyahar? We have already discussed about it. It is the process of self-control in which one person is able to exercise control over his or her senses. Means if we are able to control our senses, then it is known as Pratyahar. And Yoga Nidra is a technique of Pratyahar. Means when we are able to self-control ourselves. What does Yoga Nidra do? It provides relaxation to body and mind, and it has a number of benefits too. Yoga Nidra is usually referred to as yogic sleep. Basically, Nidra is the Hindi term for sleep. So, Yoga Nidra is yogic sleep. It also means psychic sleep. It is a systematic method of guided relaxation that has a profound effect on body and mind. In its practice, the body sleeps but the mind remains awake. Means what is Yoga Nidra? It is a systematic method of what? Of guided relaxation. Means a relaxation which is guided to us, and it has a very good effect on our body and mind. And when we practice it, our body sleeps, but our mind remains awake. Our mind does not sleep, but the body sleeps. In psychology, the state of Yoga Nidra is called a state between sleep and wakefulness. Means in psychology, the state where we attain Yoga Nidra, it is called a state between sleep and wakefulness. Means it is the state when we are neither sleeping and we are neither waking. It is the state between them. Yoga Nidra is performed in the posture of Shavasana. We will study it, but before that, you must remember that Yoga Nidra is performed in the posture of Shavasana with the eyes closed. It is a very powerful physical and mental relaxation technique. Means after performing Yoga Nidra, we are physically and mentally relaxed. Now there are 8 stages of performing Yoga Nidra, and we have to perform Yoga Nidra in these 8 stages. What are these? Let us study them. Stages of Yoga Nidra are preparation, intention, body rotation, breath awareness, opposite feelings and sensations, visualization, sankalp, and finishing the practice. We will discuss about them in brief. Here, first of all, let us discuss about the Shavasana. As you can see in the picture, that what you have to do in Shavasana is, first of all, lie down on your back on the floor. Then, how to adopt the pose of Shavasana? You have to close your eyes, then relax breath, and your palms should be faced up. Keep the body straight from head to toe, legs slightly apart. In the image, you can see that there is distance between the legs. So you have to keep distance between your legs, and also your arms a little bit away from the body. You can also see there is distance between the body and the hand, and the palm upwards. Feel comfortable, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Next is intention. Hindi word for intention is sankalp. Means we should resolve according to our own wish. Means before doing Yoga Nidra, you have to resolve any one wish, whatever you wish, and what are the conditions. It should be short, it should be clear, and it should be positive. That means you should have a positive intention. It should be short and clear. You must be clear about your intention. Now body rotation. As in Yoga Nidra, awareness is rotated at this stage. Means the awareness of the whole body is rotated at the stage through the different body parts in a systematic way, which leads to complete relaxation in a systematic and organized manner. Basically, the awareness we are talking about, basically this starts from right side of the body, then left side of the body, and at last it goes to the front of the body, from forehead to individual facial features to the legs. In this way, the whole body is relaxed, and this is how we attain complete relaxation by the process of Yoga Nidra. Breath awareness. What happens at this stage? Basically at this stage, you become aware of the natural breath. You are aware to the natural breath, and you do not have to put any extra effort to change the flow of the breath. You don't have to put any extra effort for that. It gives a deeper relaxation and awakens higher energies. Means breath awareness gives us a very deep relaxation, and it also wakes up the energies of our body, of the different parts of our body. Opposite feelings and sensations. What is this? Basically, in this stage, we allow ourselves to experience all the feelings and sensations. And usually, we practice this stage with pairs of opposite feelings like happy feeling and sad feeling. You have to take all the feelings in pair. For example, pain and pleasure, love and hate, heat and cold. These all are pairs of opposite feelings. So this stage is practiced with pair of opposite feelings. Now visualization. What is visualization? Basically the process of thinking or visualizing a number of things in your mind. And in this stage, you actually relax mentally. It develops self-awareness, relaxes and controls the mind. Means while doing visualization, we are developing self-awareness. We are relaxing and controlling our mind. And how is visualization done? It is done by visualizing a variety of different images, objects or situations. Sankalp. Sankalp is the same thing as intention we have discussed in the second point. So what you have to do in this stage, you have to repeat that intention you have mentioned in the second point, and you have to complete it thrice. You have to do it 3 times with complete dedication. Finishing the practice. So basically whenever you are doing Yoga Nidra, then you must not move out very fastly, but instead you should move out slowly. So this point basically explains that if you move fast out of Yoga Nidra, you can feel discontented and uncomfortable. And also there will be no benefit of doing Yoga Nidra if you move fast out of it. So what you have to do? You have to slowly and steadily come out of Yoga Nidra. Awareness is externalized slowly so that you can be aware of the external things, objects, situations, etc. Reduces tension. As we know, in today's time we all are having a lot of tension about our work and about how to manage the time. There are so many tensions in our life. Modern psychology as well as yogic psychology believes that there are three kinds of tension. What are these three kinds of tension? Muscular, emotional and mental tension, which can be progressively reduced through regular practice of Yog Nidra. Means we can cure or reduce all these tension by regular practice of Yoga Nidra. Relaxes the mind. During the process of Yoga Nidra, the awareness of the body stimulates the brain. We know that when we are doing Yoga Nidra, then our mind is also relaxed, our whole body is relaxed. So Yoga Nidra is also helpful in relaxing the mind. When awareness is rotated repeatedly, there is a good flow of pranic energy in the brain, which ultimately relaxes the mind. Means we have discussed about this body rotation when the awareness is rotated in the whole body. So while that process is going on, our mind is ultimately relaxed. Awakens creativity. Regular practice of Yoga Nidra helps in making a bridge between conscious and unconscious mind. Means we are able to make a bridge, make a path between the conscious and unconscious mind. As we have already studied that what is Yoga Nidra? It is the state between sleep and wakefulness. Means between the conscious and unconscious mind. We slowly become tuned with the unconscious workings. We come to be aware about the unconscious workings too. Then the power of creativity automatically awakens and we become creative. Increases memory and learning capacity. Basically, in classroom teaching, in the normal teaching we all have, basically in that teaching only left hemisphere functions more, means its functioning is more than the right hemisphere of the brain. But when Yoga Nidra is there in education, then it involves both hemispheres of the student's brain in learning the subject. And of course, when both hemispheres will be involved in learning, then the memory and learning capacity will be increased. Counteract stress. Means Yoga Nidra also helps us to relieve from stress. When we practice Yoga Nidra, then we develop the ability to cope up with the stress and to get relief from the stress. Manages psychosomatic diseases. Basically, Yoga Nidra also helps us to manage the psychosomatic diseases. What are these? Basically, the psychosomatic disease has physical symptoms on our body. And where are these originated from? These are originated from mental causes like stress, anxiety and depression. So when the mental causes affect our physical system or have physical symptoms on our body, then it is known as psychosomatic disease. So Yoga Nidra helps us to cure the psychosomatic diseases. How? By releasing the suppression and repression from the unconscious, and thereby our mind relaxes. Cures cancer. When we practice Yoga Nidra as a technique of meditation, then it also acts as a therapeutic model in the treatment of cancer. Therapeutic means it helps us to cure or it helps us to feel relief from cancer. Helps healing. Basically, Yoga Nidra is helpful in pranic healing. What is pranic healing? Basically, in it, the conscious imagination activates the self-healing capacity of an individual. So what happens in Yog Nidra? When we practice Yog Nidra, then our conscious imagination activates the self-healing capacity of our body, and when this capacity is activated, then our body is able to heal itself easily. So actual healing takes place by Yog Nidra and its regular practice. In Yog Nidra, healing can also be initiated on the mental plane. When our body will be healed, then of course our mind will also start healing. Promotes willpower. Actually, when we practice Yog Nidra, then we are able to build up our willpower, our dedication towards our work, and we are filled with the hope that we will be successful in what we are doing. And hence, Yog Nidra is helpful in promoting our willpower. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.